I've been fighting since I was 18. So there's always been a fight in my head. There's always been a fight in X amount of months down the track. There's always been a fight I'm working for. I think the whole thing is about feeling that hunger. It's about feeling the drive. That's a good word to use. It's the drive. Feeling that drive, getting that drive back. And I put no dates on when to come back. But as soon as I start feeling that drive again, I think of the whole trip, the whole process as just it's a sacrifice. You know, if you want things and anything worthwhile having, you must sacrifice for. And my family understand that and they appreciate it. And this is how I provide for them. I'm just happy to get in there and to be able to get to work, earn a living, and move forward. I enjoy combat. I enjoy fighting. So I do really enjoy MMA though, and I love the diversity of the skill sets and where you can take a fight and things like that. That's what makes it so exciting. I'm smart enough to know that if you don't have that, if you don't have that love, if you don't have that fire in you, you shouldn't be fighting because it's too dangerous and the toll is too high. So there is definitely concern because if that love's not there and I'm not going to fight, then I'm going to have to go get another job. People have been talking about this a lot. Like they say, oh, before the fight you were saying you were the best ever. It's because before the fight I can't allow doubts into my head. I have to, if I'm bleeding from my leg, I have to say I'm perfect because I have to believe in that. Once you start letting doubts or insidious thoughts go through your head, you've already lost. As a fighter, you never want to just say I can't do it. That's not why we fight. We're special creatures like that. So for me to reach that point it was hard. Everybody's been there. You just reach a point where you get tired and you don't have that thing in there that makes you take that one extra step. And I know what that is. I think all good fighters know what that is. And I had to have a look. I had to just take a step back. I realized it wasn't a lack of the fight. It was just I just needed to change a couple of things. I had to look at everything I'm doing, and there was a crossroads. Like if this is what I wanted to do, did I lose the spark for fighting, or is there another reason? And after having a holiday and just unwinding and relaxing and playing tons of video games, spending tons of time with my kids, all those thoughts are going through my head, and I was just feeling burnt out. And when you're feeling burnt out or run down or anything else, you wanted to spend time with those who care the most about you, which is my family, so that I could really just take that step back, take that time, and then start to feel really good, start to feel great, start to feel hungry. And then I went back to the team, started speaking to them. We've been speaking and we've been hustling again, and then the world shut down. Not giving yourself a date to come back, not giving yourself a mandatory requirement to come back. That's the load that got taken off when I did that, because I didn't know if I would come back. So I was able to free that mind space up to truly try and think about what it is I wanted to do. There are days we wake up when we're like, man, I don't want to go to work, but you put your shoes on and you go. And then there are days when you get up and you're like, I want to call in sick saying I have to go to hospital because I don't want to go to work. Everyone has their hardships and they have ups and downs that I've lost before. And that's exactly what it is. It's a journey to get here. And there is nothing you can do to make yourself happier going to work. And that's when you need to really have a sit down and see what it is that's making you feel that way. Because a lot of people misdiagnose this stuff as well. And I'm no expert in it. I know that the only thing to do is to move forward. You got to get back on. It's just I had to tweak some things in the process leading up. In the process leading up to getting back on the horse, if that makes sense. The fight is what it is, and that's how I felt about it. I went in there, I did my best, and I come up short, and that happens. And my mentality for getting back on the horse and moving forward after that was the same. I just had to take some time aside. I had to take some time off. I had to have a holiday, like a proper rest, a proper just take the idea of fighting out of my head and just spend time with my family, unwind. I had to take a step back, look at what was going on, find the reason. I found the reason, found the answer, came back, spoke to my team, mixed some stuff up, and honestly, me and the guys, the team, we've never been happier. We're on cloud nine right now. We got everything great just in time for the world to stop. I was keeping in touch with the team a lot because my team only care about me. So I was speaking a lot to my coaches and to my teammates, and like we were talking back and forth, and I was speaking to my family a lot. I spoke to a friend of mine as well as a psychologist. I honestly feel like I was just unloading, which is huge. Just being able to talk to someone who has no buy-in or investment or anything else is great. Being able to just unload on someone that you don't have to, see tomorrow or anything like that. It's freeing. You can't have a break with one foot in still. That's not how it works. And if just like I couldn't have had a. If I was still training, if I was still like in the gym hustling, it doesn't work that way. I wasn't like a soul searching holiday break time out. You can't just jump to the conclusion that I'm burnt out and that I've been hustling or working too hard, because if you're not making sure you're sleeping well, eating right, doing everything else you're supposed to, right? Mm-hmm. But I was ticking all those boxes, and I was just not enjoying the process at the time. I just needed to change things up, because not change things up in terms of like teams or anything, because I love my team and we stick together through thick and thin. We need to change things up in the team, so we need to just change a couple of sessions. I had the utmost support from the UFC and Dana White. They understood, they knew what was going on. They've always been great. I had a lot of support from them, so they made everything really easy. I'm happy as right now. I have a beautiful family. I have a beautiful life that's been built on the back of my hardships, of my grinding, of my fights, and I'm my happiest right now because I understand myself and the game much more than I ever have before. I'm very fortunate in the sense that I've got the time to spend with my family, and I'm still here. I'm able to fight this week, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Certainly the late replacement does offer challenges, as you said. It does, because 4 weeks to reprogram yourself what you've been doing the entire camp isn't a lot of time, but it's enough, especially like you said. Previous history between me and him, and the work I had done previously in other camps for him. Every fight has its own different challenges and its obstacles you got to pass, and every different fighter has their own body type and body structure, which you adjust for and you train for. But it's all just fighting. I look forward to trying what we worked on during the fight. I look forward to earning my paycheck. A win opens up doors across the board. A win puts me on the top, and it allows me to do anything. You know, so that's all I'm gunning for. That's as far as my future is predicted, and that's as far as I can look ahead to. I'm just going to do me. I'm not going to try and do anything I don't want to do. I'm not going to try and be anything I'm not going to be. All I'm going to do is I'm going to focus everything I have to making weight and to fighting Kel.